So I'm post-call today. I had a really good night overall. It was probably one of my better nights. I think the only thing that kept me up was just anxiety. I actually feel worse anxiety when there's not many calls, because then I feel like there's going to be a big call that's going to be, you know, the arrest plate going off. So my admissions kind of ended around 9:30, which was like unheard of. So I spent a good hour or two in the res just reading all these infinite, I always mess up the name, All This Twisted Glory, which is the third book to This Woven Kingdom. So far it's not hitting as hard as the second book. I always find that that's the case in like trilogies or books containing 3 or more books. I do feel like there's still a lot of excitement because the 2 main characters that I want to get together have not officially gotten together. Now without further ado, I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. I have the same thing every single day, regardless of what my circumstances in life are. It's usually always bread, hummus, and a fried egg, just egg whites, no egg yolk, because I have high cholesterol. I also know my head is probably going to be cut off in the shot, but who enjoys seeing my face anyway, so it's fine. Have my slice of lemon. Looking gorgeous and refreshing. It is actually unbelievable how much I need a tripod. I just buy good old egg whites, just a bottle, because I realized I was wasting so much of the egg yolks buying like the full carton of eggs. So we have some sweet peppers, tomatoes, and egg whites cooking in the pan. I don't usually add veggies on the morning because that would just take far too long. And then I sprinkle in some of this. And this was obtained from Canada. It is like the best steak seasoning to exist in the world. The Irish version does not compare. So now onto my matcha. Doing this one-handed is fun. I'm actually going to make it cold, which I don't usually do. I am also toying with the idea of making strawberry syrup, like out of fresh strawberries, because I had a matcha the other day with strawberry syrup in town at Gucci, and it was just changed my life. So, oh, also this is my finished breakfast. Isn't it glorious? A truly incredible spread. Off to go to the gym first, and then I will get my eyebrows done, because the last thing I want is for my eyebrows to be burning as I sweat on that treadmill. I am going to do a bit of weights as well, because it's been a while and I really want to get back into good habits, because weight training is very important. Just at the Crescent, going to get my eyebrows threaded. I can't wait to get home, finish editing my Dublin video, and then I'm gonna begin reading. I can't wait. I'm probably gonna finish this book today, but I can't hold myself back. I also picked up a matcha latte from Butler's. It's the first time I'm trying their matcha latte. It's not really my favorite. They did add strawberry syrup as well. I think they're doing a special for the spring. I'm gonna make a shrimp taco now, and I think for dinner I'm gonna have some fish, so I'm just like in the process of defrosting. So I add these 4 things into my seasoning for my shrimp, which have been defrosted. Let it cook on the pan and combine until the shrimp is all grilled. And then I do about half an avocado, squeeze a bit of lemon juice into the mix, and add some garlic granules and chili flakes. Excuse me while I struggle with this. Ah, there it is. Then I mash it all up, add it to a warmed tortilla, just heat it on the pan, add some lettuce and tomatoes and the shrimp, and we're good to go. And then I also meal prep some carrots and potatoes, which I just leave in the fridge for later on. This is just the inside of my fridge, in case anyone was wondering. It's looking very well stocked. It doesn't usually look like this. I'm so proud. And my freezer always contains some seafood and the Don's margarita pizza. Let me tell you all, it's the best thing ever. I'm now about to start reading. It's 6:30, so I was mainly doing a couple of house chores. I spent way too long editing my last YouTube video, so has delayed me, but at the same time I do enjoy reading late on in the day because it's a perfect way for me to unwind. So yeah, I will check back in with you when something interesting happens and I need to react. But for now, I will leave you with a chapter that was particularly delightful to me. Oh yeah. Chapter 14, if you will. All I will say is, Tahereh Mafi, she knows how to write a spicy scene. It's subtle, but it gives all the details that you would want. Not overly raunchy, just overall beautifully written for a spicy scene. Apologies for the dark. I switched on the lamp, but that didn't really seem to make it any better. But a few preliminary thoughts. I'm like halfway through the book, as you can see. I forgot a huge amount of detail. I really considered rereading the first two books because I couldn't remember who the heck Hazan was and why Alize was crying over him when he came as part of Kamran's party. Like, I forgot a lot of the members of Kamran's party who fly over to Toulon to rescue Alize, so that was kind of like, I had to just regain my bearings for a bit, but I quickly kind of caught myself up to speed. This book is still quite YA, and with young adult novels there are certain kind of drawbacks. So for instance, in certain chapters where Cyrus is talking about some of the trauma that he's facing and he's plagued by visions of the devil, and then along with that he's also plagued by visions of Alize, and there's a lot of like, he'll be talking about, you know, trauma, and then all of a sudden his thoughts will like wander over to Alize. I think it's all normal because like he's infatuated with her, but there are moments where I'm just like, oh my god, like you're talking about something like really horrendous that has happened, and now all of a sudden you're thinking about, you know, holding this girl. Make it make sense, Cyrus. Like, please just maintain your focus. So there are like a few details where it does feel like quite young in that sense. However, am I still eating it all up? Yes, but just probably feeling slightly less kind of giddy about certain things that I previously would have been like, oh my god, he thought this about her, and you know. Okay, so it's been around half an hour now. I think I got like a good 30 pages read in that time, but I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna whip up some dinner. So for dinner, I am gonna make some of that, probably potato and carrots, mix that in with some couscous, and then bake some fish. I already have it defrosted. It's just a Cajun seasoned salmon. I hope you're ready for another cooking voiceover. So we have the couscous and some garlic, and I add a bit of water and turmeric. So I usually do half a cup of couscous and then a full cup of water. Add some salt, then I do the carrots and the potatoes, the salmon on top, devour it, had some kiwi for dessert and some tea, and I just caught up on some friends. It is 8 p.m. right now. I came home relatively early, then I just meal prepped a bit. My version of boojam, just some rice, black beans, corn, tomatoes, sweet pepper, lettuce and cheese. Overall 10 out of 10. I was stuffed though after finishing, and then I was craving something sweet, so I had a kiwi and some tea and a bit of dark chocolate. So yeah, once I came home from work, the first thing I did was change into gym clothes. But I didn't head to the gym, I just went on a walk around my neighborhood and then I did some stretching. So anyway, I'm gonna take a shower now and then I'm gonna get ready for bed and finish off All This Infinite Glory. I genuinely cannot remember the name of that book. So yeah, I'm like literally probably have 50 more pages. Very easily will be finishing that. I will say, if you are looking for a slow burn romance, it is the slowest of burns. It's so good. It's book 3, towards the end of the book, and the two main characters haven't even kissed. Last 50 pages, let's go. Also, there was this stunning quote. She was reminded then of something her parents used to say to each other when they dropped things, when they lost an argument, when they bumped into each other in the kitchen, when they made silly mistakes. They'd laugh, lock eyes, and say, and she says it in whatever language they speak, "Thank you for receiving me as I am." And the response is, "Thank you for trusting me with who you are." Like, isn't that so sweet? No, I can't remember where I left off.
Do you have plain water, please?
It was really an errand-filled weekend. I got my shoes from the last vlog resold, and then I went for a massage at Fifth Avenue. It was easily the best deep tissue massage I've ever had in my life. She like relieved my migraines. And then I got my nails done, very subtle, very cute. Me, Jai, and Mahmood went for brunch at Angelina's. I devoured my plate. Oh my god, it was like fish and chips, matcha, just French toast, like literally everything you could think of. And then I picked up my shoes, watched back-to-back movies with Jai, and then picked up a new set of shoes for my conferring ceremony, which is actually quite similar to the first pair, but who cares. And then Simi showed off her new car, which is gorgeous, and we had some cakes at Dolce Sicily, and then I went back to Limerick. Next on my reading agenda is Caraval. So far so good. See you next week.